everybody, Megan here. Today's video is just answering some typical questions I've been getting from people. So to start off with, what is my routine? Well, I am 4 weeks post-surgery right now. My typical routine is usually starting off the day by telling people not to be offended by my massive bulge, aka my ice pack that is currently helping my blood clots go away in my pelvis. I wake up and I change out my compression stockings for the day. I wear compression stockings that go from my ankle through my midsection where my stent is. So it helps everything heal from surgery and the flow and keeps the blood clots all compressed down and helps my veins have something to fight against to push flow the right way to the new veins that were open in the surgery that have been closed since I was 16. That's a whole nother video. So, typical routine is I wake up, I make the coffee for the house, I make sure the fur babies are all good for the day. After the fur babies are all good, I then get myself ready for the day, which is just, contacts, whatever my hair wants to do, a little bit of makeup, and I get dressed, change out my compression stockings from what I was wearing the night before. And then I usually do about a half an hour workout. I have a lovely walking pad, as you can see. I got it from Amazon, and it's probably been the best thing I've had since recovery. So I tend to do that. Then I go take my Lovenox shot. I put on my crotch pack, which is also called the crotchticle. It's pretty funny in the household. And make myself a snack as my little reward. And then I go to work. And while I'm working, at my lunch break and my paid 15-minute breaks, I do walking on the treadmill. So every 3 hours I walk on the treadmill, crotch pack, and have a snack. So that's my typical routine. And I do that for a 12-hour shift in the day. That's my 12 hours. The other 12 hours is relaxing and sleeping. And then I allow myself what I call 1 hour of freedom, where I take off my compression and I shower and I just pretty much lay around the house with nothing, because it is my 1 hour of freedom away from my compression and just letting my leg breathe. So that is kind of what my typical routine is right now. I am only having 1 drink a week. I'm maintaining a very healthy diet. I'm down 5 pounds from surgery, not intentionally, still eating really healthy, but I've been so much more active because I'm trying to make sure I'm utilizing what was done for me in surgery and make sure that I'm making healthy life choices and trying to be as best as I can be, but still repping my favorite breweries and stuff. I'm not gonna fully cut out drinking alcohol, but for right now, it's not what's important. I also get asked a lot, what are my pets' names? Because I post my pets a lot. Big Beluga, that's what we call our big dog. His name is actually Chief, and he's 8 years old. They're gonna be 9 this year. He's really adorable and cuddly. And then we have little Brew Brew, and he is only 9 months old. We got him when he was 4 weeks old for free from a nice guy who couldn't take care of him anymore. He bought a cat who was pregnant and he didn't know it, so we took one of his kittens and we named him Brewer for the alcoholics in the house. It's for all the times they like to go to breweries. We also love coffee, and I am from Wisconsin, so Milwaukee Brewers. It was our kind of cute little play on words kind of thing. So that's our fur babies. We plan to get another dog, a little puppy, and we already have a name picked out for him, but we're waiting until we get married in an actual house before we do that. Yeah, people also ask me, what kind of medical condition do I have that I'm here? Well, I have a blood clotting disorder. It is called G20210A. That is actually the tattoo I'm getting tomorrow, and I'm super excited about it. I'll make a whole nother video about that. But yeah, my blood clotting disorder, it was actually discovered in the medical books in the year I was born. And most people when they have it do not get any kind of significant life-changing issues. However, I had what they call the perfect storm. At the time, I was on birth control pills, and we all know, you hear about the horror stories of people on birth control pills and getting blood clots and all that kind of stuff. Well, here I am. So that happened. I have something called May-Turner syndrome. It is where your iliac artery crosses over your pelvis in a way that compresses your major iliac vein coming up from your left leg, and every time it pulses, it closes that vein. So that, the birth control pills plus May-Turner and my blood clot disorder, which already raises my risk by 5%, or like 5 times the regular normal person's risk. That's why it significantly had an impact on my life. I had over 80% of all the blood from the tip of my left foot all the way through my IVC, which is like in the middle of your abdomen, was completely full of blood clots when I was 16. They told me when I was 16 that I was gonna die, and they told my dad they wanted to take my leg off, that it was either my leg or my life, and my dad told them, like, I'm not gonna let her pass away without her leg, like, she would never forgive me. Anywho, fast forward 10 years later, I'm now having all these surgeries to fix and repair all these very damaged veins that for many years doctors told me, oh, just live with like the swelling you have, like there's nothing they can do about it, and all this crap, so to speak. And to find out this whole time, like, I needed more surgeries to fix all these things. So thank God for my current surgeon. She's fantastic. She did my stent surgery. She just did my last surgery to like get rid of a whole bunch of very messed up scar tissue within my major veins that's causing a lot of pain and swelling and like weird compression stuff. She closed off a lot of little teeny tiny veins that were wrapping around organs and other things that was causing significant pain. And with that, I have to have a 5th surgery coming up in like January, so that'll be my next video. And so that's kind of like my whole enchilada-ish of like what I have going on. Other questions I get, well, let's see, I answered the general ones I get. I would love to hear in the comments though any other questions you guys have for me. I do kind of get asked sometimes like where I'm actually from, and I was born and raised in like Wisconsin, so I have a little bit of like the bagel kind of accent sometimes, which is nuts. Because when I go to Wisconsin, I hear it a lot, and then I ask my fiance, who's from North Carolina, like, is that what I sound like, and how could you date someone who sounds like that? Because I don't hear it when I talk, but I hear it when other people talk now. But I moved to North Carolina about 2 years ago, and that is when I met my fiance, and I can make a whole video about that whole little love story kind of thing, but that's typically me. So along with my story, I am currently trying to speak at some like national and international conferences, since I am considered to have like one of the worst cases in medical history for how many blood clots I had at what age. And I'm doing a lot of new age surgeries right now that are not published, and it's gonna help a lot of people in the future. So I'm trying to do good and trying to help people. So I appreciate all the subscriptions, all the follows, all the likes and comments. You guys are just helping my dreams come true of being like a full-time advocate in the community and just trying to help people. So thank you all so much. Please feel free to ask me other questions in the comments. The one question I get a lot, and it's not gonna happen, is if I will thirst trap. And I'm not that kind of person. I'm just here to advocate and talk about my life and my fur babies and my fiance and stuff. I'm not out here to do any of that kind of stuff. So please leave that in the other channels for the other ladies who like to do that kind of stuff, okay? Thank you all so much. Thank you. Bye.